Welcome back to the Tailoring Talk magazine with Roberto from my hideaway in the Mediterranean as I seek to recharge after 12 months non-stop burnout, as regular listeners will know. But in the name of service, I've been making notes on some of the news stories that have been catching my eye, and Donald Trump is the gift that keeps on giving. He's been at it again, this time declaring to reporter Caitlin Huey-Burns that he's very smart, while Kamala Harris apparently is not. It's almost like Trump has a bingo card of delusions, and every time he ticks one off, we all have to suffer through the spectacle. Let's dissect this, shall we? First, let's get one thing straight. Whenever Trump tells you how smart he is, it's a bit like a bad magician telling you he's about to pull off the greatest trick you've ever seen, except the trick is never coming, and the only thing disappearing is his grip on reality. This is the same man who once suggested injecting disinfectant as a COVID-19 treatment, so you can see where we might have some doubts about his intellectual prowess. Now, Trump loves to throw around words like smart and genius, particularly when describing himself. But in the grand arena of public perception, claiming to be smart isn't quite the same as being smart. It's like a guy with a fake Rolex trying to convince you it's the real deal. You're only impressed if you don't know what to look for. On the other hand, Kamala Harris doesn't need to stand on a stage and loudly proclaim her intelligence because her record speaks for itself. This is a woman who spent her career breaking barriers, from being the first female district attorney of San Francisco to the first female vice president of the US of A. Her sharp legal mind, years of public service, her ability to command a room without resorting to juvenile name-calling or bluster put her in a league far above someone whose idea of intellectual discourse is tweeting in all caps. Trump's attempt to belittle Harris is as transparent as his spray tan. He sees a woman of color in a position of power, and rather than respecting that, he resorts to one of the oldest tricks in the misogynist playbook, undermining her intelligence. It's classic Donald Trump. When faced with someone who's accomplished more than he could ever dream of, he tries to drag them down to his level, hoping no one will notice the yawning chasm between their respective abilities. Let's compare them beyond the obvious, shall we? Harris speaks with clarity, purpose, and a depth of knowledge on issues ranging from criminal justice reform to foreign policy. She's someone who spent decades navigating complex legal and political issues with nuance and integrity. Her intelligence isn't just book smarts, it's the kind of wisdom that comes from experience and empathy, a combination that makes her a formidable leader. Trump, on the other hand, operates on a completely different level, a much, much lower one. His version of smart is the ability to conflate bluster with brilliance, to conflate shamelessness with savvy. He's the kind of person who thinks winning a debate is about shouting the loudest, and that intelligence can be measured by how many people you can insult in 280 characters or less, or whatever it is that Twitter permits these days. In Trump's world, intelligence isn't about understanding complex issues. It's about being the biggest, loudest bully in the room. But here's the kicker. Intelligence isn't something you can just declare like a self-appointed title. It's demonstrated through your actions, through your decisions, and through how you carry yourself in the world. Kamala Harris has shown time and time again that she's more than capable of navigating the complex waters of American politics with grace, strategy, and yes, intelligence. Trump, on the other hand, has spent his career lurching from one self-inflicted crisis to the next, all while claiming to be the smartest person in the room. Spoiler alert, he's not. In the end, Trump's comments say more about him than they ever could about Kamala Harris. It's a desperate attempt to tear down someone who, by every reasonable measure, outclasses him in intelligence, competence, and basic human decency. So while Trump may shout from the rooftops that he's very smart, the rest of us can see the truth. Kamala Harris is the real deal, and no amount of shouting, screaming, and whining from Trump can change that. That's it from today's holiday news short. Call them what you will. I hope you're enjoying them. I'll be back maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. Who knows? I'm on holiday. But meantime, if you're enjoying the show, please like, subscribe, leave a rating and review if your podcast listening app allows, or if you're listening on YouTube, join in the comments, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to share this with someone who you know might need some cheering up.